The geographical North Pole is in the middle of the northern hemisphere of the Earth. The polar point is located in the Northern Ocean. It has been a dream of human society for a long time to reach this pole covered by a thick sheet of ice, but conquering this natural environment, unlike the rest of the world, is not an easy task. Therefore, the North Pole is still a dream destination for thrill-loving explorers. We will now discuss about the geographic North Pole. This region of the world is called Arctic. The name comes from the Greek word arctikos, which means north side. Right in the middle of the Arctic region is the Sumeru, or the geographic North Pole. The geographic North Pole is not fixed at any particular point. The North Pole can move up to 30 feet per year. This happens due to the movement of the Earth on its axis of rotation due to various reasons. Like the South Pole is located in the middle of the Antarctic continent. On the contrary, the North Pole is located in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and least deep ocean on Earth. Interestingly, the geographical North Pole is located in the middle of the ocean, but it is difficult to see water here, because most of the year in the extreme cold of the polar region, the sea water freezes completely. Even though it is an ocean, you can easily walk over it. This ice sheet is about 6 feet thick. The sea depth under the ice is about 13,410 feet. Under the waters of the North Pole is a submerged mountain called the Lomazov Ridge, which extends from Russia to Canada under the sea. About 10% of the world's fresh water is in the ice of the Arctic region. This vast ice-covered region reflects a large amount of sunlight, keeping our planet's temperature in check. There is considerable debate as to who first conquered the North Pole. The main problem in conquering the North Pole is that it cannot be easily reached by ship or on foot due to the thick ocean ice. American explorer Frederick Albert Cook claimed to be the first to conquer the North Pole in 1908. But as he failed to show satisfactory evidence, the recognition was not granted. Then another American, Robert Peary, claimed to conquer the North Pole in 1909, but his claim was not correct. It was later proven that the first person to come closest to the North Pole without a modern direction finder was Robert Peary. However, the Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen definitely won the North Pole in 1926 above all kinds of controversies. He was the first to conquer the South Pole. Amundsen used a Hawaiian ship named Norge to conquer the North Pole. This ship was first flown in the sky with the help of hydrogen gas. After that, the diesel engineer moves forward easily. Since Amundsen flew over the North Pole, no one has been able to set foot on the actual pole until then. In 1948, a group of researchers from the Soviet Union set foot on the geographic North Pole for the first time, but they also went there by plane. The first ship to go to the North Pole was in 1958. It was a submarine called the U.S. Nautilus. In 1968, American explorer Ralph Lustig rode a snowmobile to the North Pole. After all these years of conquering the North Pole, no one could reach the pole on foot. In 1969, British explorer Wally Hubbard was the first to reach the North Pole on foot and in a dog sled. The help of North Star was used to determine the direction from long ago. Although all the stars changed their position in the night sky, the North Star remains along the North Pole, so the ancient sailors first identified the North Pole in the night sky and then determined the other directions. A wonderful natural phenomenon of the North Pole is the Northern Lights. This wonderful dance of light is known as aurora. Osha atoms from the solar wind enter the Earth's atmosphere and react with atmospheric gases, and as a result of that reaction, different colors of light are produced. Aurora can be seen not only at the North Pole but also at the South Pole. Aurora in northern hemisphere is called aurora borealis and aurora in southern hemisphere is called aurora australis. Although we already know that the North Pole is located in the middle of the ocean, it is not easy to get there by ship because of the thick ice cover. However, the world's largest sea icebreaker 50 Years of Victory, owned by Russia, was able to break through the Arctic sea ice and reach the North Pole. Due to global warming, the ice in this region has started melting faster than expected. Scientists fear that by 2050 ships will be able to sail over the North Pole with ease. As a result, the cost of transporting goods between Europe, America and Asia will decrease, but the entire world will have to pay the extreme price of climate change. The North Pole is much colder than the South Pole. However, this climate is not very suitable for human habitation. Despite the extreme adverse weather conditions of the polar region, human settlements have been established here since thousands of years ago. The indigenous people living in the Arctic region are known as Inuit. The Arctic region includes parts of Greenland, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, Russia, Canada and America. At present, about 4 million people live in the Arctic region under these countries. Greenland is the world's largest island in this polar region. Most of Greenland is located in the northern part of the Arctic Circle. Therefore, 81% of Greenland is completely covered with ice. The maximum thickness of this ice accumulated on the ground of Greenland is about 3 kilometers. Not many animals can live in the harsh climate of the Arctic region. Notable animals here are polar bears, Arctic foxes, walruses, seals and whales. A strange animal of the Arctic is the narwhal. They are a type of whale. The male narwhal has a special trunk-like organ in front of its mouth. They can grow up to about 9 feet long. South is everywhere you look from the North Pole. The North Pole has only 2 seasons, summer and winter. Here summer is all day and winter is all night. That is, there is only one sunrise and only one set of solar arms per year at the North Pole. Sunrise here is in March and sunset in September every year. That's why the North Pole has nothing to say about its own time. The normal temperature here is -40°C and the maximum temperature recorded is -60°C. However, the temperature of the North Pole is close to 0 degrees in summer. Although the North Pole is not part of any country, in 2007 Russia placed a flag made of titanium on the sea floor of the North Pole, claiming the North Pole is an integral part of Russian territory. There are disputes between Russia, Canada, Denmark and Norway over the same claim. Because the North Pole is located on water, no permanent human settlements and laboratories have been established here. Still, Russia has conducted various science-based experiments in floating laboratories for more than 50 years. Friends, roughly in this video some idea about North Pole was given. If you like this video then please comment and subscribe to our channel if you are new to our channel.